Hey drummers, I'm Jim Linsner and Danusha is on video and editing. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to check out the groove from the song 44 to 876 by Sting and Shaggy. It's kind of a reggae hip hop thing, and I don't want you to freak out, but it's actually programmed drumming. And no, I'm not going to teach you how to push buttons on a drum machine. I'm going to teach you my drum set adaptation of this groove. And it's super cool and super challenging. So let's check it out. So there are 4 sounds in this groove: hi-hat, bass drum, hand clap, and then there's another sound that's kind of like a synthesized woodblock or tom or something, and it actually sounds like. Okay, so I'm going to play that sound on the snare drum with the snares off, and I'm going to play the hand claps as rim clicks. Okay, next there's 4 measures in the groove. And it's really tricky, so I suggest you learn one measure at a time. Let's try the first measure. And I want you to realize that it's mostly right hand and hi-hat, the left hand playing rim click. But on beat 4, the right hand is going to come over and play the snare drum. And at the same time, the left foot is going to step the hi-hat on beat 4. So here's example number 1, measure number 1 of the groove, real slow. Measure 2 is almost the same as the first measure. Slight variation. The right hand is going to come over to the snare drum on the of 4. Measure 3 is actually the same as measure 1, so we don't have to work on that again. But measure 4 is quite different. Measure 4 has some different hi-hat notes, some extra bass drum notes, but the one thing is the right hand will always stay in the hi-hat and the left hand just plays the rim click. Here's measure 4. Once you can play all the measures separately, then you want to start combining. Why don't we play measure 1 followed by measure 2 over and over. Now let's try playing measure 3 followed by measure 4 over and over again. Okay, so now you can play measures 1 and 2, and you can play measures 3 and 4. So now put all 4 together at a slow tempo. I've been demonstrating around quarter note equals 70. Once you can play the whole pattern at 70, then bump it up little by little. I'm going to demonstrate now the whole 4 measure pattern a couple times at 90 beats per minute. And finally, you can get it up to 107 beats per minute. That's the tempo of the recorded song. Here's 107 beats per minute. For those of you that play a hybrid setup, you don't have to simulate sounds. You can put the hand clap and this synth woodblock onto a multipad. So for the last example, I'm going to do that. And the hands are doing the same thing. Okay, instead of my left hand playing the rim click, now my left hand is going to play on this pad, which is going to be the hand clap. And instead of my right hand going from the hi-hat to the snare, my right hand is going to go from the hi-hat to this pad, which is that synth woodblock sound. So here it is. Okay, so that's the groove to the song 44 to 876 by Sting and Shaggy. You know, I don't typically find drum machine beats and transcribe them and apply them to the drum set, but every once in a while, something comes along that's so cool I can't ignore it. And I think that's okay. I think it's okay to be inspired by drum machine programming, just like it's okay to be inspired by drumming of other cultures, even if it's not on the drum set. You know, maybe a hand drummer or a percussionist really does it for you. And wherever that inspiration comes from, that's a good thing. I'm Jim Linsner, and in addition to being a performer, I also teach drum lessons in person and via FaceTime and Skype. And if you're brand new to drumming, but you just want to learn, or if you've been playing for 30 years and you just want to get better at certain aspects of your playing, I'm your guy. Contact me at my website, drumlessonsbuffalo.com. See you next time.